Hi everyone, I'm the plant propagator and welcome to my channel. Today it is just a gorgeous day in late January here in Southwest Florida. It is 72 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 22 degrees Celsius. It's a little bit windy. It's going to get warm today. This is a great day. It's just wonderful. What I want to do, I have a really short video today. And I want to share with you some of my blooms and some stories and some of my upcoming blooms. So first thing that I want to show you is right here. And I've shared this with you in the past. So this is Cornelia calipana. And this is a Cattleya that has bloomed for me, not that long ago. And this is apparently a residual bloom that never came out. I think previously I had 9 or 10 flowers on this plant just a few months ago, and this is the last bloom spike that I see on this. But this is interesting. This is a really old Cattleya. This is an old line, and it seems to be very vigorous, and it seems to be doing really well. So we'll see how this goes. We'll see what it takes if it blooms next year, because it puts so much into blooming this year. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but this is a relatively new acquisition for me. I received this plant about 9 months ago, and it seems just to be doing really well. This bloom spike was a little bit of a surprise. I thought, okay, it's done, but then it put out some more blooms. Nice fragrance to it as well. So this is a nice plant, and I'm happy that I have yet some more blooms on this. Okay, moving on a little bit, and this is another Cattleya that I've shared with you previously, and this is Ports of Paradise, Emerald Isle. And sorry that the flower's blowing around so much, but it is a windy day. This is a small plant. I don't know if you can tell from the pot, probably a 6-inch pot. These things will get big, and actually the last Ports of Paradise that I haven't had, and what this came from, the plant got really big in a pot just a little bit bigger than this, and I split it, and I think I got about 5 or 6 plants out of it. Now, out of those 5 or 6, I think 3 or 4 of them have bloomed, and that's been within a year and a half. So this is, this plant's doing real well. They're very vigorous. Really nice bloom, nice frilly lip on this. So it's a nice plant, and it's like I said, it's really vigorous, and I have a lot of plants. And the other plants that I have of this that aren't flowering are putting out new pseudobulbs. So this plant is doing really well. I've used this in some of my crosses. The progeny that I've had, the few progeny that I've seen from this also seem to be really vigorous and grow nicely. None of those have flowered yet, but it's still pretty early. So this is Ports of Paradise, Emerald Isle, that all of the plants that I have of this seem to be doing really well. The last plant here that I want to show you, the last flower that I want to show you, this is an old staple in my collection, and this is Momolani Rainbow. Not a big flower, but still it does well. And again, this is another plant. I think this one, I'm not sure where this one came from, to be honest with you. I had so many of these, and then Hurricane Ian caused a lot of damage with these. I've used this extensively with my crosses, but again, to give you an indicator of what happens, I don't know if you can tell, but there's a hanging tag on this second flower. I crossed this flower 3 days ago, and the flowers were about the same age, and what you can see happens to it when you make a cross like this. The flower, it just goes bad. It senesces really quickly, which is an indicator of a successful cross. So you know, I really like crossing my orchids. I like getting the results of this. Again, I've used Momolani Rainbow because you get so many flowers on this. One of the other plants that I have that's on my date palm in my front yard has 5 flowers on it. This is a smaller plant. It only has the 2 flowers on the one bloom spike. And again, what happened is I made the cross, and the flower went away quickly, which is good, I guess. Fragrance on this, it's still nice, but I'm not sure what's going to happen with the remaining flower. Will probably stay open for another couple weeks. I think it opened maybe a couple of weeks ago again. So Momolani Rainbow, use it. I've used it in a lot of my crosses. Just it's another older variety, but I've used it a lot in my crosses, and I'm pretty happy with how prolific it is here, just growing it outside in my collection in various locations, pots mounted everywhere. It's just a great plant. It's done well. I understand that it used to be really widely available, and I think the availability on it may be more limited now. But still, it's a great plant, and I'm happy I have it. One of the other things that I want to share with you is the results of a cross, yikes, and a seed capsule that I harvested a while ago. So I was looking up in my pergola here a few weeks ago, and I noticed, and I'm so excited about this. I noticed a flower spike coming out on one of my Cattleya pumilas. And it's not that big of a deal to get a flower spike on a Cattleya pumila, but and I hope it's my first flower that's, I think, hopefully I'm not jinxing myself, and hopefully the flower will continue to develop and will open and everything will be good. But I looked at the history of this. So this is one that I grew from seed, and I looked at the history of it, and I flasked the seed in October of 2019. So if you do the calculations on this, this is a little over 3 years old from seed flasking. And it looks like I'm going to have a flower probably in about another month, maybe 2 months. If everything's okay. Again, hopefully I won't jinx myself on this, and we'll see. But I'm pretty excited about that. Again, it's kind of an indicator that if you can push the flowering on it a little bit, if you get the plants big when they're in flasks and take them out and take care of them properly. People tell you 5 years until flowering on many of the Cattleyas. But this one, maybe because it's a small one, it bloomed quicker. But I'm hoping with this Cattleya and other ones and I'm getting better at it as I learn more about it and move forward, I'm hoping that I can get the Cattleyas blooming pretty quickly if I start with really big plants that I deflask. Okay, so that's all I have for today. I got a lot of stuff going on in the yard today. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more of my videos, it would help me out if you can click on like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Okay, again, I hope you enjoyed my video, and happy propagating.